Hello everyone, it's me again. It's been a while since the last video. Like usual, I don't really make a lot of videos. But today I want to talk something I made. No, it's not the usual video. It's not a gameplay. It's just me talking about a game I made on Roblox Studio. And I just wanted to share it with you. So let's go. So to start off, this idea came into my mind when I was like watching YouTube, and then a guy's video appeared, and the video title was making the worst FNaF fan game. And I watched the video and I really enjoyed the way he made it, so I decided to do my own version. This guy's channel will be on the screen and on the description. He's Brazilian like me, so you might not understand, but at least like his video, because the idea is basically his. E falando, se você estiver assistindo esse vídeo, eu posso tirar o vídeo e o jogo do ar se você não gostar, mas sabendo que seu canal é muito bom e eu só quis fazer a minha versão do negócio, então beleza. Okay, so after I saw his video, I decided to do my own version. So I decided to recycle some animatronics from an older fan game I made, and it was also a joke fan game, so the animatronics looked really funny and goofy. But basically, the basic animatronics are Fred, you know, without the D and Y on the end. Brad as the bunny. Jane, the chicken. And Toxie, the biological hazard. But so the idea of the game is a random player gets picked as animatronic, and then the others are guards and they have to survive the animatronic, more like a piggy or a bear if you have played. Sadly, I don't have the footage of me creating the image or the animatronics, because I didn't plan making a video when I first made the game. But basically, I just took the image and tried to remake it on Roblox. Also, if you are wondering, yes, Fred is just a bear 5, but without a knife. But after I made the models, I was wondering how would I make the game work, like what would be different from the other games. So I decided to add abilities to the animatronics. Each one had its own, like Fred can drain the guard's energy, Jane can fade away and become invisible, Red can teleport, and Toxic can run. So each animatronic had its way to play the game, and it made the matches really fun to play with friends. The background footage just has me and my friend, but you know. So after I made the animatronics and its abilities, I decided to make the map, and I had to be very careful with this one because I needed the experience to be balanced for both teams. So I couldn't make the animatronics very fast, neither could the energy last very long. But right now I think it's a bit balanced. I don't really know, but I think it's fun to play both as guard and animatronic. But I stumbled on a problem. If the animatronics just camped the doors, the guards would eventually run out of energy and the animatronics could easily kill them. So I decided to add generators around the map, to be more specific, so the animatronic can't camp it either. So the generators basically takes a while to give you 30 energy, so it isn't a lot broken, but it works. You know, it's just make the matches more fair for the guards, even though I think the guards are a bit strong because of the doors. So that was the first version of the game. I published it and tested it with my friends. So I realized something quickly. The animatronics weren't faster than the guards, and the guards could easily survive the night. You know, it was really hard to play as an animatronic. So in the next update I made the animatronics faster, but didn't change anything with the guards at all, so the animatronics became OP again. To fix that, I added a balacing cola. It basically gave the guards a little bit of speed for a little amount of time, but it was just enough to make you outrun the animatronics, making it almost impossible for the guard to get caught by the animatronics again, so I had to change it later on, but I really didn't do it at the beginning of the project. This plus the fact that the animatronics were randomly picked, so you couldn't get Fred, for instance. You could only get the animatronic the game chose for you. So if you got randomly Jane or Fred, you were basically cooked because they didn't have any mobility at all, unlike Brad and Toxie. And my friends also said that the place was a bit big for characters to play on, like it was taking a while to reach places. So I decided in the next update I would fix every issue of the game and try to release it publicly. I decided to also make a video, this one you're watching right now, yeah. So I decided to fix the first big issue of the game, the animatronics and the guards' speeds. It wasn't working the way it was, because they had the same speed, but the guards had Bloxicola and doors, and it made basically impossible to reach guards if you were not Toxie or Brad, because they can reach guards very easily with their abilities. To fix that, I changed two things. I gave the guards the ability to run and lowered their base walking speed, and buffed animatronics walking speed because they were way too slow for the map. So now it's easier to navigate through the map and easier for the animatronics to catch up on guards. But if the guards know how to manage their stamina, they won't die so easily. And the second issue on the game was the map. It was way too big and way too empty, making it easier to see people and making chases just a walk away, really boring. So I decided to decorate the map, adding tables, uh, added decoration on the walls. After that, I played with my friends again, and it was fun, actually. The game was fun, but it was still missing something, like it had a bunch of times you were just doing nothing to save up energy or waiting for your ability to recharge. So I still think the animatronics were a bit weak because the guards could easily just manage their stamina and never stop running from them. So I made another change that would actually make the game a lot more scarier and fun to play. But before the change, I made a shop because it was too boring to play with a random animatronic. Like, it was actually overwhelming the amount of times you would get a boring animatronic. So I made a shop and made only Fred the free animatronic. Brad and Jane will be very cheap ones. Toxie would be a little bit more expensive, and the rest would be expensive. The reason why I made this specific choice is that the player would be forced to use the more weak animatronics and get used to the game's phase, so they wouldn't just spam their ability and kill people. They would actually get some skill before getting the OP ones. And about the guards, well, I made some changes to them too. Remember Bloxicola? Well, it no longer gives you speed, it actually gives you stamina, so it's basically the same thing. But nothing crazy, just like 10. It's enough to make you run for half a second more, but it saves lives, okay, to be honest. Because after a set point, you can't run again. You have to wait a little, so Bloxicola really saves you. But besides Bloxicola, I decided to make a gears section of the shop to give players that like to play guard more ways to enjoy the game. So I made the mask, the bread that heals you, and a minigame that I will explain later. Okay, now it's the time I explain to you the part I said would change the game. It is the helpers. That's how I call them. I really hate that name, but I couldn't think of anything better. If you have a suggestion, please leave it in the comments. But basically, the helpers are endoskeletons that you can select in the shop, and they will spawn 2 on the round and help you. Their abilities are like catch you and warn you, but you don't know how much they help, because when they catch you, they give the animatronic a warning, and they stun you for a while. They also really mix on the background because the game is kind of dark and the endos are just gray, so they also scream at you. It's scary as hell, actually. I don't know how many times I got jump scared by my own endos. I think they were the right choice to have the animatronics because one, they make sense, two, they are annoying to the guards, and three, they aren't really broken, you can totally just avoid them because their reaction time is really bad, so you can kind of sneak out of their range. But in the first version, it was just one Endo 02, and with a red Endo, they just chase you around, basically. So I made the shop, I made the Endos, I made gears, I made more animatronics, but I didn't make a way to earn coins. So I decided to create the Fred coins. Why specifically Fred? Because Fred is funny, I guess. But those coins, you get them by winning rounds, killing people, fixing machines, and playing minigames, which I will explain now what the minigames are. Can be found on arcade machines or on the minigame gear you can buy from the shop. But it's, like the game says, it's just a minigame. You can play, and after a set amount of points, you can get fast coins. I mean, Fred coins. It's totally different. Uh, those minigames are basically just clicking minigames, you just need to click on the right time. And it's actually kind of addicting. I played my own minigame for like 500 points. I don't know, I spent a lot of time on it. But it was something really different. I never made something like that before on Roblox Studio. And I really like how it turned out, but even though it's very simple. No, the game was really fun and playing really smooth. It was feeling balanced. When you die, it didn't really feel like it was unfair. So I decided to just add some cosmetic things, like kill effects you can buy from the store too, and just make more animatronics, adding more helpers. The gears I didn't really add more from the release, but if people start playing the game, I will probably add more gears. I will keep updating the game if people like it. I hope people like it. It's really fun to play with friends, but mostly you can't play because there's no one. So I guess that's it. I pretty much explained the whole story of the game. And if you want to play it, it's on the description. Invite some friends. I might even show up to give people money, because I can. Private servers will be free if you want to play alone, with your friends, of course. But that's it. Hope you will enjoy the video. Uh, I won't ask you to like and subscribe because that doesn't matter. So, bye.